It's your boy Fuck 'em Up Phil, and I'm back with a brand new video, you know what I'm saying? Gotta hit y'all with the Barber hand roll before I get started. Oh! You feel me? But anyway, look. I'm about to come to y'all with my top 10. I'm just playing, I don't even know how many tips, but I'm just gonna come with y'all with some tips, you know what I'm saying, before y'all start barber school and what y'all should know. In my opinion, you know what I'm saying, off the dome, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What you should look for, what's the experience gonna be like, all type of shit like that. But anyway, look. First thing I say you should do before you start barber school, okay, is search around the barber schools in your area, you know what I'm saying? You wanna look at different schools within about, I say about 30 minutes to 40 minutes away from your house, or at least, or maybe 50 minutes away from your house. Check out the prices, you know what I'm saying, of the different barber schools. Depending on the area where you located, what type of school it is, the prices are gonna be different. They're gonna vary from location to location. It's gonna vary depending on if the barber school is accredited or not. Accreditation basically allows the school to get government funding, like FAFSA, like when you go to college and shit, you know how you get FAFSA grants, you get the same thing at barber school. I didn't know that, but you can get FAFSA like grants to go to barber school when you go apply. And yeah. Go check out the different tuition prices of different barber schools. Check out what type of payment options they have, if they have paying out of pocket. Some barber schools actually have loans to where you can complete barber school and still pay off the loan while you're in a barber shop as a licensed barber, so you don't have to pay the whole tuition while you're in school. And then the third option is Pell Grants. You know, the FAFSA grants that you don't gotta pay back at all. It's just a grant that you get from the government, and it pays for your tuition. After you check out all them damn prices and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Try to get into whatever you can afford, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, my barber school was $5,000. And if I would've went to the first barber school that I saw in my location, it would've been like $13,000. I couldn't afford $13,000 because I had went to college. I used up all my FAFSA there and shit, and I couldn't use FAFSA at the barber school. So another thing you might want to do is actually pull up on these barber schools, man, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad I went to the barber school I went to, but it was not actually what I thought it was gonna be. It was unaccredited. It was not saying unaccredited barber schools are bad or anything. I'm just saying it wasn't the traditional barber school. Like, we ain't do no work. You ain't hear that from me though. It was crazy, man. Like, anyway, just pull up on these barber schools and see what they like, you know what I'm saying? What the classwork is gonna be like, the bookwork and the environment, what they like, the atmosphere of the different barber schools and what they do there, because all of them kind of run differently. Another thing you want to do is check out the barber school kits. You might want to, while you're putting up on the different barber schools, check out what type of kits they're gonna offer. A kit is what you get to start off barber school with. They're gonna give you clippers, they're gonna give you shears, they're gonna give you just the basic tools to start cutting hair with, you know what I'm saying? And if you want to know what type of kits they offer. In my case, in my barber school, I didn't do this. So what I found out when I got to barber school, they didn't offer kits. We had to buy our own stuff, all our materials, all our clipper trimmer, you know, alcohol, shave gel, anything you need. We had to buy that ourselves. I could have easily avoided that by putting up on the different schools before I started, but you know, my tuition at my school was so low compared to the other barber schools in the area, it kind of offset that. It was like a trade-off, like low tuition, buy your own barber kit, versus high tuition, and we give y'all barber kit and shit like that. But yeah, I probably would have checked that out if I could go back to the beginning before I started barber school, what type of kits they gonna offer. Oh, you feel me? Another tip I give y'all is if you are in a position where you like just getting out of high school, or you staying home with your parents or whatever, you don't gotta pay no bills or nothing like that, and you trying to go to barber school, do not get a job. If you don't gotta pay for nothing, like if your parents give you a place to, you know what I'm saying, live while you in barber school, do not work no other job. Well, do not work no other job while you're in barber school, man. If you can cut at home, or if you can get into a barbershop before you get out of barber school and get a license. Like, I was in the barbershop, this barbershop right here, before I had a license. And if you can cut at home before you get out of barber school, you need to be building up clientele while you're not at school. I know like the traditional barber school, you gotta do book work and all that, and my barber school wasn't like that, so we just cut all day, like literally every day. But in the traditional barber school, I guess you gotta do class work, theory, and all that shit. But while you're not in school, you need to like be building up clientele at your house or something like that. That's like seriously, like you should do house calls, cut at your own house. I wouldn't recommend nobody, like if you got the option to work a job while you're in barber school. Reason being, cause when you get your license in like a year, you'll have like full-time clientele if you do it right. Cause I'm done with barber school. I get my license in like 2 weeks, and it's been a year, pretty much a year. Like on the 26th, March 26th, will be a year. It's like March 14th or something like that today. And I have a full-time barber clientele. Like I'm a full-time barber. No, I cut every day, and that wouldn't have been possible if I was working like a job while in barber school. It probably would have been possible, but I would be missing out on a lot of like walk-ins and clientele that I built. I don't think it would have been as built as much as it is if I was to have a job. But you know what I'm saying, that's just something I recommend, because you know what I'm saying, me thinking back on my experience in barber school, I had 3 different jobs at the time when I was in barber school. I quit all of them, and looking back on it, I should have just never started a job in the first place, because it was no point. Like I should just went to barber school every day, because I had the option to do that. Like I didn't have no bills and nothing like that. I stayed with my parents. I could just build clientele, and I would have been where I'm at now even faster probably if I would have never had them jobs. But yeah, that brings me to another point. Being at school as much as you can. You can go to barber school part-time or full-time. It's up to you. When you go apply at these schools, they're gonna ask you're gonna be part-time, full-time. And just be there as much as you can, be as consistent as you can, because it's gonna help you get your hours faster, help you get out of there, get your license, you know what I'm saying? Another thing at school, don't get discouraged about seeing other people fading or cutting hair better than you. You know what I'm saying? That shit just take time, man. It takes time, but you can learn how to cut pretty fast, and within about a year, if you got good teachers around you, and you got a good, you know what I'm saying, you learning from good teachers on how to cut hair, you'll be able to pick it up, and within about a year, you're not gonna be just like a barber that's been cutting 10 years or something, but you can be pretty good. You can be good, you know what I'm saying, within like a year. I remember when I was in barber school, we just cut all the time. We didn't do no class work, and there was a guy in there who he had so much clientele. Like I swear he had more clientele than the real barbers. In my barber school, the real barber shop, like licensed barbers was in the back. The front of the building was the barber school. But he had more clientele than the people in the back, it seemed like. And I would just be like, God damn, like when I first started barber school, I'd just sit there and be like, God damn, dude, I ain't cut nobody all day. I ain't know how to cut anyway, but it was like, I ain't cut nobody all day. How the fuck I'm gonna learn how to cut hair? These motherfuckers in here cutting all the time. I'm like, damn, I wanna get like that. Now I'm like that. But yeah, man, don't be comparing yourself to other people and all that shit. Just go with the process, man. It was also a point in time where I feel like I was gonna never learn how to cut hair. Like I just felt like, this was before I went to barber school. I tried to start cutting my own hair during like the pandemic and stuff. I didn't think about going to actual barber school at the time, but I was trying to cut my hair at that time though, and I was like, dude, this shit too hard. I ain't gonna learn how to cut hair. But started barber school, I learned.